So anyway guys, so I just made a beautiful track. Made two beautiful tracks, and I'm loving life because my business skills in terms of my music production skills are lifting up now. I'm learning in the process of growing myself in different ways. I'm ready to do a live coaching video, but I just need to have time to myself now. And I'm just growing myself. I went shopping today. I invested in myself to get clothing, and brand new clothing I have now. So I'm learning very quickly about just helping myself to deliver content. And I'm someone who started getting medium sized shirts and also medium sized pants. And I'm size 32 with those kind of jeans, which is some type of word. I have to remember the type of word. But I'm learning very quickly. I'm going fast. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm developing talent with myself. And I'm learning very quickly about understanding much more. I got myself a LFO tool, which is a plugin that helps me to sidechain, and it helps me to make different sounds while the kick drum is in the background in my music, and it gives me much more analysis about the performance of my music tracks. And I gave around $67 to have that for myself. But it's definitely helping my projects. So I'm helping myself to elaborate much more now. I'm understanding now I can read something. I can go and read music production. I can go and do something to read something. And I need to start building business skills. And I understand straight away I need to approach people to gain clients. I need to talk to people online. And I have to start getting clients for myself. But they're so ignorant. I see people are so ignorant. I mean, they never want help. I mean, as soon as you want $50 from them, first they never want to give it to you. First they never trust you, even if you show them results. And now you have to show people results, and you have to deliver content, and you have to understand straight away to develop yourself in the best way possible. But I'm learning very quickly about life now. I'm getting vocals. I'm starting to get vocals now, and I'm giving money for it. But I definitely want a vocal track again, just so I can add to the tally. And I definitely have a track now where I can do a track. I can do a nice and beautiful track, and I can deliver content much greater. I mean, you have to give money to get vocals. And that's how it is. So what you need to do is grow yourself. You need to be able to deliver content. So what type of content? I mean, content about life, about your finances, about ideas that you can give. Just about anything. I mean, just go and give your story to people and learn to appreciate yourself. And now that my YouTube is linked up with Mega Drive, I'm doing much better now. I can just grow myself now differently, and I can help myself to focus on music production, and I'm getting better now. And I've made my first house tropical track, and it's a house tropical track, and it's my first one, like a Avicii type track. and it's nice and beautiful. I'm excited to see what Jenna's going to do with my vocals. So I'm learning very quickly about developing vocal strategies now. I can hear my track in the background. I can hear it pumping. I feel the after effects of a great life. See, it's more how you have to grow yourself differently, and what I can do now is just relax. I've been making music all day. I learned to use the LFO tool today, and it's a special plugin that you can get online, and it helps me with my music production, and Splice as well. It's helping me a lot with music production, and it's helping me to make sounding kicks, and helps me to get different rhythms going and different instrumental products. I'm learning very quickly about helping myself learn, and I'm developing my talent, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. And that's the whole point of life, which is delivering content and making sure that you're a public speaker, and learning very quickly about developing your attitude. And I'm just 29 years of age. I see many people make $1 million at 23, but there's only a handful of those people who make who make $1 million at 23 years of age. I mean, there's a handful of people who make $1 billion before 19 years of age. I mean, do you understand? I mean, come on. I mean, you have to understand straight away how to grow yourself. I see that Bitcoin was on $1 or something like that before, and somebody sold $1,000 worth of Bitcoins back then. And this person who has 1,000 worth of Bitcoins now is a millionaire, multimillionaire, because the guy sold Bitcoins to get a pizza, and Bitcoin now is worth over $60,000. But before it was worth $1. And yeah, I mean, now you must understand how you have to transcribe yourself to grow. And you have to applaud yourself. You have to applaud yourself to develop key skills and techniques to help yourself to make music, and to life coach, to do something remarkable. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to deliver content now much better. That's what you guys need to do. So it's much more how I'm delivering content now. And it's about my life. So it's much more how I talk it up differently, and I learn to pace myself much better. I learn to develop freedom and courage to succeed differently, and yeah, I'm learning very quickly about life now, and I'm getting tired as well. I think it's time for bed very soon, but it's much more how I feel. I'm learning very quickly about developing strategies to grow myself personally. I can have some more coffee. But nah, I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling really great. And I'm developing myself. I'm looking for better ways to think. I'm looking for better ways to strategize now. I mean, what else can I do now? I can develop content. I can read something. I can read something. I can go and read. And yeah, I mean, you guys have to read something anyway. I can go on the phone. I can read something, and I can write down something. Personally, I can write down what I'm talking about, and you guys can always find my content now. But the more music tracks I make, the better. And the more money I pour into my music, the better. I mean, the more business I have. So slowly, one by one, I make music tracks here and there, and I develop my strategies to grow. I made 10 tracks in 2 weeks. I made 10 tracks in 2 weeks. I made quickly music. I made a lot of music. Today I just made 2 tracks. And I'm learning very quickly about how to develop my talent. I'm making beautiful music at the moment. I want to see if this woman, Angel Voice, replied. I'm developing. So this woman who I'm wanting to hire to sing my vocals, I understand she is somebody who I admire in terms of her voice. And she can really sing. I mean, she can really sing. So it's much more how I'm developing a nice heart for myself over here. I'm developing strategies to grow myself differently, and I'm performing and outperforming myself. So it's much more how I understand something. I can go and read concepts. I can write down something, but I'm learning very quickly about developing. And life's passing me by, but at least I have my phone. I at least have myself over here. I'm more important than the phone, but I understand straight away that I never want to lose my phones. I never want to lose my technology either. So I have to be careful. I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's more how I feel. I feel different. I'm making sure I'm developing plans to succeed. I'm developing my strategies. I understand my mum went to the Camino and she got a fever, apparently, and she was unable to walk much, and some guy helped her to walk the Camino for about 10 kilometers, and he was holding a bag for about 10 kilometers. And I understand how that feels. So I'm learning and I'm growing. I'm growing myself on the way. I'm developing strategies to grow. I'm looking forward to seeing my mum very soon. I'm looking at different ways of explaining something and help myself to deliver content. So I'm learning how to just grow myself in the best manner. I at least have new clothing today. I invested about $300 today. But it's just for new clothing and to have myself new clothing and to have myself a new plugin for music. Because I've been wearing the same clothes for 3 months, guys. And it's because of the coronavirus period. So I've lived that as well. I've been wearing the same clothing, guys, for 3 months. I mean, how boring, huh? So time has finally come where I can go to the store and I can get myself something to wear. I understand I got myself cargo pants is the one. I mean, it's cargo pants. And size 32 cargo pants. And it's elastic. And I'm doing great now. I'm looking forward to developing myself now. I'm helping myself to do better. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So that's how I feel. I'm learning to appreciate myself. I'm learning to do a great job. I see anyway. What I find much more spectacular is I'm almost falling asleep. But at the same time, I want to grow myself. I want to find different ways to improve. I want to help myself to grow. I believe that it's time for bed. So it's getting late. I'm developing myself in a positive manner. And I'm developing myself to do better. I want to go see straight away now if these people have replied to my comments. So I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm helping myself to deliver content now. And I'm finding a strategy where I can grow. I can learn to watch music production now, or I can fall asleep. I'd rather just do I right now. I'd rather just do myself right now. And yeah. I'm developing myself in a positive way. And I'm helping myself to deliver content, so it's more how I need to grow. So I find better talent coming up in different ways, and I'm strategizing and I'm looking forward to a better way of life. But I can go close my eyes now. I can fall asleep. I'd rather go do it. I'd rather just relax. I'd rather just show myself as a person. I have a few more tracks to upload online, and then I can dwell upon making more content for you guys. I'm developing myself differently, and I'm learning very quickly about understanding how to grow myself personally. So it's much more how I feel. See, so guys, I just recently made beautiful music tracks, and I'm starting to get the gist of how to work with music much better, and I'm loving life. So what I want to do now is help myself to just explore, to relax, and to enjoy my life. I'm processing some vocals. I'm using other people to get their vocals, and I'm giving them money for it. And I'm loving life. So what I want to do now is grow myself. I can do a life coaching video. I can talk about something, and I've almost 1,090. I have actually 1,097 videos on YouTube, and my life's going great. But I need to do better. I just made some beautiful music that I can listen to always, and I'm starting to get the gist of how to make music production and how to make music. I'm using different sounds from Splice, and I'm controlling myself with everything, and I'm trying to do much better. But it's time to grow. It's time to learn how to grow and prosper and to become much more free and abundant. I have some money in my pocket now. I'm ready to get 2 new vocalists. I have Imobia, I have iParadisobia, iParadisobia. I have that one, and I have those 2 tracks to do vocals with. 2 new vocalists. And that will make me have 4. I have Truth, I have Diego Bay, I have Jenna, I have 3, and I'm about 5 vocalists that I'm using to make music with. And I'm doing great. But what do I do now? I'm learning to just grow myself and pace myself to do better. I'm learning to have freedom and courage. I'm learning to do a great job for myself, so I personally grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to do much greater. So what I want to do is find myself doing better. I feel like making new music. First of all, I have to watch other people make music, and I have to see how they make music. So I'm picking up the pieces. I'm looking for different ways to improve. Music only goes so far, but I enjoy it. I enjoy making music. And I'm learning very quickly about delivering quality and assurance to prosper and grow. I'm developing myself into a wide range of ways to grow and to perform and to love my life. So what I want to do is read. I at the same time want to produce quality music. So I'm talking to some vocalists over here. I want to see if someone's replied or whatever's happening. So I'm learning that it takes time to get new vocalists and to produce new music. So what I want to do is just grow. I just grow myself differently, and I outperform, but I'm learning that I just made a new music track. I'm loving it. I'm Mobia. And I'm learning very quickly about delivering content. I'm making better music. I'm making better material now. In terms of my music production is going much greater. I'm developing. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm in control to some extent. I'm developing my freedom. But eventually I want to hit the nightclubs eventually. I want to go play my music. And so far so good. I have some beautiful music that I can play. And I'm learning very quickly about developing myself in the pace of courage. So what I want to do now is I have new music to upload online. And I have to hold up for the vocals. I have to see if these guys are ready to do the vocals for me, so I can give them money and I can invest in my music production. I have beautiful music tracks now. I have around, let's have a look. I have a top music playlist album. I have 27 songs over here that I can play at any time. And it's all my music tracks. And it's all something that I've done to grow myself differently and to perform and love myself greatly. So what I want to do now is just relax. I understand I can go read material in terms of how to make music production work for me. I mean, there's so much that goes into music production these days that you have to develop strong ethnics and ethnicity to grow yourself differently and to make sure that you're prospering. So when you're prospering, you're becoming you're becoming a great person in the process of life, and you're just learning how to grow, and that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point of life is learning how to grow yourself. And now what I want to do is just go and read something now and develop myself. I can make some rice, I can make some food. Rather be. I have Weet-Bix. I'm developing myself, so well, you guys have to understand something in life. You have to understand straight away how to grow, and you have to be someone in life. So you just keep to it, and you keep promoting yourself, and you keep uploading your videos for yourself to grow, and you learn about life. So what I'm doing, or as what I'm doing now, is I have new content to explore online. I have to upload new content into Instagram, and I have to keep going with the project. So what I want to do is going to my bank of cards over here. I have new aspects of life to deliver content online about myself. I'm learning very quickly about developing. So what I want to do is just be able to grow. I want to upload my new fashion photos online into Sequels. And once I do that, then I can go and make much more music. I'm doing my best job. I'm doing the best I can. I'm outperforming myself. I'm developing a strategy to grow. And I'm learning from the outcome of life. So that's the whole point. So what I'm doing now is I'm just about to go and upload new photos into Instagram. So that's what you have to do. That's what you guys have to do. And you have to work on branding yourself, and you have to work on getting clients for yourself and developing the ability to talk to people, and you have to grow yourself, guys. I'm much more an introvert these days, but I'm also an extrovert sometimes. I'm both of them. I'm both extroverted and I'm both introverted and extroverted. So what I want to do is upload new photos into my Instagram, and once I do that, I can control myself and develop strength and courage to keep going. So what I want to do is I have to make a new set. I can combine the videos together and I can explore on making new content for myself to put it into a radio show. I'll let it be for now. I'm learning how to prosper and grow myself differently, and I'm helping myself to just find better ways of dealing with my life. Every single day I grow, I'm always learning how to grow. I'm always developing my heart. I'm developing myself. I love Jesus Christ. I love God. And I'm learning. So it's much more how I feel. So what I want to do is go into my bank over here. And I want to upload new content online. So that one can go over here. I'll go on the left side over here. Put this on the left side. See, that one can go in the middle. So I'm posting new content into Instagram. And I'm just growing myself. I'm growing my social media. I'm learning to post new content. And I'm developing myself into a better person, which is what you guys must do every single day. You must grow yourself differently, and you must find techniques and strategies to grow with yourself. And that's how you grow. So you just learn how to develop. So once I do this for myself, I learn, I grow. I like the other one. I only ever focus on what I like, guys. I'll post this one here. And I'm posting different content. I have new music to upload online. And once I finish doing that, then I can grow myself differently, and I'm learning very quickly about developing myself. So I'm developing myself so much more now, and I'm using my skills to upload new content into Instagram, and I'm focusing on a greater strategy for myself. But you have to go and treasure yourself, and you have to develop strength and courage to work and to outwork yourself. So as you grow yourself differently, you're looking for better ways to improve yourself. But you keep consistent always, and you always keep consistent online. And then you grow yourself differently, and you learn to control yourself. I'm looking for a nice photo to post online. I'll post this one here. I gained a bit of weight, guys, because of my medications. And I'm developing my freedom to live life much more, and I'm growing myself, which is the whole point of life. And when you grow yourself, you learn different techniques and different strategies to outgrow yourself. So that's a nice and beautiful photo. And you learn. You learn how to grow differently, and you control yourself, and you make sure that you have a great life for yourself, and then you expect nothing in return from people, but you just grow yourself and learn how to grow. But it's good for you to make all these dreams come true that you have in life. I'll just grow with this one. I have a beautiful haircut now. I'm learning very quickly about looking good on camera, and I'm developing my freedom and courage to grow. So that's how I feel. So it's not sure how I'm learning to develop myself now. I upload this content online. So not many people are watching me these days, but I'm fine with that. I'm learning to grow without them anyway. I'm keeping consistent online, and I'm developing myself and my freedom much more. So that's that. I have 1,902 posts on Instagram, and it's all about my feed, and it's just photos of myself. But I see how people never need my help. I see they want you to go all the way for them without anything in return. I see they want you to give them time for free so that they prosper and so that you lose. And that's how people are. I mean, they want you to give them everything for free while they give you nothing. But it doesn't work that way. I'm learning quick. I'm helping myself to perform, and yeah. I can check my Gmail, guys. I can check my Gmail for airgigs.com, because on airgigs.com I go on airgigs.com to get a vocalist, so when they reply to me it goes into my email base on Gmail, so I can always open up my Gmail account to be able to see if they replied to me and stuff like that. So I'm learning that with the Nice and Beautiful application, which is Music Player on Samsung phones, that when I download a track, that I have to get out of the application, and once I get out of the application, then I can refresh the way forward, and I can refresh my music base in terms of my music player, and I have to exit the program, and then once I come back into the program, then I can see my track that I downloaded from Mega Drive. I'm learning now to just grow, and I'm helping myself to improve my life. So what I want to do now is just grow. And I'm looking for different music tracks now that I have to upload online. So I have some music tracks over here. So let's have a look. I have some music tracks to upload. And once I upload these music tracks, then I can finish up with it all. So let's have a look. So anyway, guys, I just made this track, Jujudan. I made a new track. It's a techno mix, but it's, yeah, I'm doing better. I'm role playing, I'm doing Nice and Beautiful attitude. I have a nice and beautiful attitude about life, but I need a better attitude, of course. So what I want to do now is, I think it's time for bed, but just how I feel. And I'm learning very quickly about life, and I'm going up and succeeding as much as I can. I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm helping myself to deliver content. I'm getting new vocalists, but they have to reply to me. So I'm just being patient, and I'll let it be that way. I'm learning very quickly about life, so it's much more how I feel. And I'm doing a great job for myself, but I need to do a better job for myself. And I'm learning very quickly about hunting a better way, and I'm helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do is focus on teaching you guys as much as I can. So what I want to do is just grow, and I want to help myself to grow in different ways. But I have beautiful music. I can move on from Jujudan now, forever. And it's more how I feel. I feel much more blessed, I feel much more alive in what I'm doing. I have more time on my hands, personally, and I'm growing myself differently and I'm helping myself to look good as much as I can. So what I want to do now is read, but I feel like sleeping too. I feel like just growing myself differently and helping myself to deliver content. So what I want to do is grow the best way I can, so I can find better ways to deal with life. And I'm learning very quickly about quitting smoking and quitting caffeine as well. But I'm learning very quickly about how to perform and outperform myself to better measures of life. And I'm recording my life now. I uploaded much more music tracks now online, and it's just the way it is. I have much better privileges now. I uploaded new music tracks online, and it's more how it is. I see now for myself to just grow myself differently and to just talk. But what else can I do now? I can read something, I can learn to grow by myself, I can learn to be with myself, to just do greater. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So what I want to do is do a better job for myself, so I can perform and outperform myself personally. And I'm learning how to have better than a hemorrhoid in life. So what is a hemorrhoid? I see a hemorrhoid is like a headache, but I'm doing much better. And I'm learning very quickly about life, so as I grow and as I learn, I'm developing strategies to grow, but it's much more how I need to deliver content. So what I do is I'm performing and outperforming myself in the best regard, and I'm talking as much as I can. But I'm saving money now. See, Mega Drive helps me to save money, and I'm learning very quickly about just performing the best way I can. So there's a lot of content to go through, but Jesus Christ content's the best content. And I'm learning. I'm acquiring as many assets as I can to grow myself personally, and I'm delivering content the best way I can. So it's just the way it is. I feel like just doing me and just growing, but you guys have to talk it out with yourself, and you have to be able to teach people, and you have to be able to explore different ideas. I'm learning very quickly about loving myself quickly, and I'm developing strategies to grow. I'm helping myself to do a better job for myself, and I'm helping myself to see something much more. So what I want to do is just grow, and that's it. I see it's much more how just put thoughts to audio content and keep going and make sure that you're growing yourself and you're teaching people along the way what to do and how to do it, and you're teaching people why you do it as well. And for what I do in my life, I'm doing it because I love my life and because I'm never struggling to succeed. I'm looking for better ideas and better ways to move forward quickly, so I can thrive much more. And I'm helping myself to do a greater job for myself, of course. So what I want to do is grow and outgrow myself differently, and I want to help myself to do a greater job for myself. But I'm learning how to quickly develop myself into a better way than oblivion. And I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. So as I grow myself, I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how I feel. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ways to deal with my life, and I'm helping myself to grow. And that's it. You guys have to grow yourself, and you have to come back to the word I when you speak. So you can be positive, and you can always say I am positive, and learn how to talk to yourself and make sure that you're thriving in the best way possible. And what's coming up for me in my daily life now, I'm understanding just I'm going to be home. I'm going to do my life at home. I see nightlife is never for me. I never feel like going anywhere at night. I see poker's finished. I'm done with poker. I never need poker. I had a couple of nights poker. I had a couple of nights in poker, but nothing special. I learned something along the way, but it's much more how poker's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous to play poker. I see poker players gamble their time away and money away. But more valuable than money is time, and where you put your time is who you are. I see it exactly like that. See, straight away you must understand that I'm a non-smoker. But I have to do a better job always to grow myself in the best way possible. So as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ideas to give you. But the more I can help myself to explain much more, the better I get in terms of life. So that's how I feel. And what I want to do is outgrow myself differently and perform the best way I can. So I'm learning very quickly about life, and I have to move forward, and I have to do a great job for myself. So it's much more how I feel. And as I grow myself, I'm looking for better ideas. I'm looking to give you the most I can in terms of ideas and in terms of my life. Moving forward, I look to associate myself much better with what I do. I'm learning how to grow myself differently and help myself to love life. See, it's much more how I need to develop. But as I develop, I'm learning very quickly about how to succeed differently, and I'm developing myself in the best way possible. I see that's what you guys have to do. But more importantly now, with my music production, I see all I have to learn now is more technical skills with FL Studio. I have to learn a few more stuff with FL Studio, and I have to learn how people are making music these days. And also, I have to get some more plugins. But I'm getting better, and I'm studying the art of becoming better at what I do. And I'm pulling through now. I'm making much more vocal music these days. But that's how it is. I'm helping myself to develop much more strategies and content moving forward, and I'm understanding straight away how I feel. So what I need to do is I need to drink a soy milk, and I have content to read. I have to read some content. I have to update myself around the world and what's going on. But the more you make music, the better you get. I'm learning how to use splice sounds very much now. I'm learning how to use my technology much better. I'm getting better in what I do. And I'm learning very quickly about performing and outperforming myself. So it's not sure how I feel. So what I want to do is grow. I want to make myself a better man to deliver content. I'm a man. I'm making sure that I want to be a better role model and father figure and husband. And I want to grow myself so I can deliver content. I want to make sure I'm learning very quickly about life. So it's much more how it is. So what I want to do is grow. So as I grow myself, I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to perform and outperform myself. So it's much more how I feel. See, my mum went to the Camino just recently, and she's having a good time. And she's walking a lot these days. But it's much more how I feel. I feel I need to grow myself the best way I can. See, Australian life is going away from me, and I'm learning how to go overseas now with my mum and stay with my mum now, and stay with my mum for good. And I'm learning to do better, making money and making myself healthy. And I have to make myself more healthy, of course. And I need to grow, I need to develop myself. But you need to always make a product, and you need to build upon a product for yourself, and you have to sell the product, and you have to sell your products. But you also have to gain clients, and you have to talk to people, and you have to communicate to people as much as possible in order for them to understand you, and so you can grow and develop. But where your time goes is who you are. So make sure that you're outperforming yourself the best way you can, and just make sure that you never masturbate as well. Try to never masturbate, and try to delay gratification as much as possible, so you can grow and live alone. Try to live alone with yourself. Try to become the best version of yourself, and try to get healthy as well, which is always helpful. To be healthy and to have your health is number one. So I'm learning very quickly about helping myself grow now. See, what can I do now? I can read something. I can talk to you guys. And yeah, I can just do that for myself. I'm learning very quickly about developing myself the best way I can. And I'm thriving as much as I can. Well, life goes by quickly. So the more you document about your life, the better. So just remember that. And what I want to do now also is I want to go on YouTube. I want to go and click on my videos. So yeah guys, I just want to click my videos over here. I want to go into Mega Drive, so I'm just lining my content up. And I'm just developing myself the best way I can. So what I want to do now is just grow and learn to adapt with myself to live life much greater and to study upon my way of life so I can develop myself in the best way possible and so I can grow myself the best way I can. And it's not sure how it is. I am not that hungry, but I need to drink soy milk just to have much more energy in my life, and that's long lasting energy. I don't feel like caffeine, but I'm learning how to develop myself now. And to develop yourself, you have to find new ideas and you have to read much more than you do. And you have to outgrow yourself differently, and you have to develop love and courage for yourself to grow yourself differently and to learn to appreciate yourself the best way you can so you can grow. So just open in browser and people can open up my folders, and each of my folders they can upload now. So I'm learning how to thrive about my life. I'm learning to grow and help myself to do better. So it's not sure how I feel that my Mega Drive is doing much better and I'm growing myself, so I asked Jesus Christ what to do. So Jesus Christ says keep going, and I'm learning very quickly about how Jesus Christ wants me to do a better job for myself always, and I need to grow. Am I bored? I'm not bored. I'm not bored at all. I'm learning to just grow. And yeah, I feel like doing a better job for myself, of course. And I've been off the hummus and peanut butter for around 2 weeks now. And I need to do a greater job for myself, of course. But it's time to just relax and just be at peace with myself. But that's it for myself. To grow and to learn, to thrive, and to understand to never die. But to live on and to grow is the best way forward. So I'm learning to upload all my content now online as well. I have my contents over here. I have different content to upload. And I'm learning to just appreciate myself for who I am. Because I'm a good guy. And I'm learning along the way how to increase exposure. I see when I go on my YouTube videos, in terms of my profile, I learn to grow myself differently, and I see how people never want to follow me much. I'm not sure why. But I feel that I'm growing as well. I'm learning to help myself to grow differently, and I'm helping myself to deliver content much more. So I just upload content. So let's have a look over here. I have to upload my content into the mix. I'm learning very quickly about life, moving forward. And I'm developing. So what I want to do now is just read something and go and relax.